Hooray!
Go, Vinny. Go, Vinny. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Boom, boom, boom. Listen, I'm going to start us right off the bat.
Oh,
Contingency, non-contingency, I do not give an F. I personally don't give an F what they gave, what they didn't give, what they might
right.
get.
Gives a shit.
I do not care. This is a quarterback-driven league. All
Right.
the rules are made for the quarterbacks. Everything is for the quarterbacks. Only way you win is with a good quarterback, a great quarterback, an
Right.
elite quarterback. End of story. Nothing to discuss. Everybody's gonna be bitching and moaning. Oh,
Gives a
second round.
fuck.
Oh,
Sorry.
second
Yeah.
year. This, that. Don't care. Don't care.
Right.
Don't care.
55 years and counting. Maybe we finally get it done now. Maybe this is the difference. Maybe
Listen,
this is the goal.
who do you have to get past in AFC? You got to
I
get past
do not
Kansas
care.
City. You got
Don't
to get
care at
past the
all.
Bengals. You got to get past the Bills. You got to get past Baltimore. And maybe, I mean, do you think Russell Wilson could do it maybe next year? No, but those are the teams, or maybe, but those are the teams you have to get past. You
Listen,
know,
it
those are
puts them
it's not Pittsburgh anymore. Those are the teams. Here, let's listen. KC,
right.
Bengals, Bills, and then you say like, you know, Ravens, and now this, you got to get past the Jets, baby. That's how it changed. You got to get past the Jets.
Let me ask you a question, Vinny. Do you
There was
think
four
the
of them, now
Jets?
there's five of them. Five.
Right. See, this is great because we're both crazy excited. It's about time. But think about it. When the Rams won their Super Bowl, what were they missing? A quarterback. Now Rodgers is 10 times the quarterback Stafford is. But are the Jets 10 times worse than what the Rams were before Stafford came in? I don't think so. I
Oh,
think
absolutely
that
not.
we are right there. I think this is the piece that now he goes into the. I mean, there's so many things we could talk about here, but there are just a few that really matter. And the first one is now we got something going that
So fine.
this year
Right.
they're gonna already they're rising in the ranks as to who and what and how. What are their chances? And you're right. You still have Buffalo, but Buffalo, you know what? They've
No,
choked
no,
on
I
their
know.
own
No,
stuff
no.
lately.
What I'm saying is, no, you have them, but I'm just saying these are the teams you got to get past. And the
Right.
Jets weren't in that. Listen, the Jets weren't in that conversation. But this is all you need to know. Last year, the odds of the Jets winning the Super Bowl 201. This year, presently 14-1. And it's probably going to get lower. So what are we
Right.
talking about?
He goes and gets a
201.
tackle, forget it, Yeah. And Mekhi Becton, listen, I mean, anything can happen. We don't want today we're gonna be happy. Today we're gonna be positive. This is all about one topic. We don't need to do anything else and talk about they finally completed the nonsense run here. And last year, at the end of the year, this is the last place you would have thought they'd be with a top flight. Yeah, he's at the end of the line. So what? So is Brady at the end. We went through all of that.
I
They
don't
got
care.
a guy
I
right
don't care.
now. It's
Okay.
exciting. It's he. You know what I love in? I tell you, when he sent that text to Kalai Campbell, and Kalai Campbell admitted what he said. He said, "Come to the Jets. Let's go win a Super Bowl, a championship." This guy wants, and we all know it, to win a championship. And he's been recruiting. He's trying to get guys over to win that championship. Today is day one. So I'm just so excited. And I don't know.
Listen,
It's
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 been
just the way it's time,
someone someone's saying, what was it? It was 40 days when he said he wanted to be a Jet. He wants to be with the Jets. And what is it? What was Moses? Was that 40 days?
I think it was Jesus out in the
Jesus.
wilderness or something.
Which one? Pick one.
That would be
Okay.
Lent, I think, right? For
But it was
those
40
guys.
days. And after 40 days, oh,
Yeah, I know, right? But listen, man, JD, and even the Woodrick man there, they didn't give up a lot, man. I agree with you. You say it doesn't matter. Big deal. You go down 2
I
spots,
don't
13
care.
to 15. You keep your number 2 or the 2 you got. Oh, by the way, the number. He's wearing number 8 now. Now we know why they traded Elijah Moore, right? They had to free up number 8 for him, right? That's what happened. Yeah, it's like because he knew he wasn't going to take Namath's number, so he called JD. Listen, man, you got to get rid of that kid number 8 because I want to go back to number 8. So they made it happen so he could go. You
I'm
know,
100% sure it went down exactly like that.
absolutely.
Hey, you know what? I There's so much Aaron Rodgers bashing you would hear, and then you would get inside the locker room of Green Bay, hearing plays saying he was great, he took me under his wing, he had confidence in me, he was a mentor, just these, and everything else, I'm sorry, is just total BS. I'm not saying this guy, listen, I saw him, I couldn't wait to see him on Jeopardy, and every game show he hosted, I almost fell asleep. So
Yeah, and
I thought he was going to be great, and he's just a very low key kind of talking, the way he talks. But whatever he is or isn't, he's not the type of guy that you never heard he's done anything horrible to a person or a female or whatever. So if you want to, oh, he did this darkness thing or did, well, whatever. People are going to laugh at anything that's not, if it's not common, if it's outside the box. Only thing ignorant people can do is make fun of it. Only thing stupid people could do is make fun of it and not knowing what it really is truly about. And that's the simplest thing to do. You see something different, oh, I'm going to laugh, make fun of it. Of course, that's the way idiots and morons and the ignorant people work, or the people who've never done anything, out of the box themselves. And that's how they function.
it's very narrow-minded. But you know what? All that aside, and you're 100% right about all of
Okay, well,
that.
we're positive. I'm sorry. I went off
No, no,
track.
no, no, no. You're right. You're 100% right to say that. But yes,
All
but
right.
think about what we're saying.
All right,
We
forget
don't
about
care
that.
at
As a
all.
quarterback, right? As a quarterback on the field, forget everything else. As a quarterback on the field, you went from a skateboard to a Rolls Royce, a skateboard or maybe a unicycle to a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Okay,
Listen,
and you're going to
we
tell
talked
me,
about all the stats, right?
right?
First guy to do 4,000 in a year was our guy. That's the only guy on the Jets since then. How many times has he done it?
7.
10.
Right. You
I
saw
mean,
that.
gee, well, I don't know. I don't care either. And the idea, like we say, you said, I don't care what I agree with you 100%. They dropped down 2 spots. They shipped off more with the number 8, right? And the number 2, right? They get back. So now they give their number 2. So they drop down 1 spot in their number 2. So what they give up? 2 spots from 13 to 15 and 1 spot, Elijah Moore, to go from 42 to 43. That's all. JD can go to work now this week and bring back 2 big pieces that if he does the work that we know he's capable of, they'll get this done. They'll complete it. We don't need to go over. We'll do this, in upcoming weeks and real soon. But all the pieces, whatever. But now you've got the master operator. You got the guy that's going to go out there and do it, and he wants to win a championship big time. And
I don't
love
think
that he didn't take Joe's number. Love it.
That 13 and 15. I look at it this way: they're saying the Pats need a wide receiver. They're saying Green Bay needs a wide receiver. So it's irrelevant that they're at 15. Now, if for some reason the Packers or the Pats wind up grabbing an offensive lineman, that's fine too, because there are like 6, 7 guys out there that are substantial. And one of them, even if the Packers and Pats play stupid games, which I don't think they'll play stupid games just for that. Every purpose is for your team. But even if things happen stupidly, you're going to have, if they want, and if that's what they want, you're going to have an offensive lineman at 15. Now, who knows? The possibility that he sends 15 to a team to go to 23 and get like 3 more picks, it's going to be interesting to see. That's the storyline now,
Yeah, and you're right. There are so many guys that, you got this guy here, right? Look at this guy, for God's sake. Roderick Jones, right? If they get that guy and they have Becton, right? And all these extra pieces that they've added because they lost guys. They took McGovern back. I know, and all these guys that they could plug in. And you still got your tight ends. You still got Davis probably doesn't want to, hopes they don't trade him now, So they still got Davis. They still got obviously Garrett Wilson, and Mims is still there. I mean, geez, and I don't know, man. And the new guy, Lazard, who, by the way, now knows Aaron Rodgers like the back of his hand. So,
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, that, and last I looked, Aaron Rodgers isn't on the field when they're making plays on defense. And if that defense, which they're also working on, hums like it did last year, and they're top 5 or number 1, you said it, I guarantee it. Here he is. Now we still got to guarantee it. We also got to bring something up because you're going to tell us right now. We have to really say something about a story we talked about a month ago about who we thought was going to be under center. So I want you to take that because we got to.
The question was to us, ourselves, and our fans. Who do you think is going to be not who you hope,
not who we hope or wanted, who we thought, right?
So, and of course, me, any prediction, I'm 100% wrong over my lifetime. I said Mike White, and that's still a little raw for me, that they let him go to Miami, but I said Mike White, but Lloyd V from New Jersey, Lloyd V, one of our fans who always responds, great guy. First really guy who was critical of us, and it was right, because we were like about 3 weeks ago, we had a podcast, we were whining a little bit. But Lloyd V came through. He said Aaron Rodgers on the center, no doubt. You got to give our boy kudos. Well, Lloyd V nailed it, and you'll be surprised. People saying, well, how great was that? But I said, really, no one else, talking to a lot of people responding, no one else felt like it was going to really happen.
I had Tannehill. I thought they would somehow fail with Rodgers and end up with Ryan Tannehill, who was still, look, Mike White, any of these guys was going to be better than what we had. But we went to getting one of the top 5 in the game right now, from one of the worst quarterback to one of the top 5 in the game, like that. And what did we give up? Really, very little. Very little. They gave up Elijah Moore, who didn't want to be there, right? They have, hopefully, in Garrett Wilson and Lazard over the next 3 years, what's better than that? That's fine,
And here's what JD does. Even he could potentially be a great receiver. There's no doubt about Elijah Moore. But when you give up Elijah Moore, even with Elijah Moore gone, the receiver room with Lazard and Hardman, to me, is better than it was.
Hardman, I forgot about him. Right. That's right. That's the other guy. Right.
So, I think it's just constantly JD weaving his magic. I can't wait to see what he does. I actually, Mr. Boring, actually have a slight mini draft party going on Thursday, which would be funny if we're waiting for the Jets pick and he trades it, away or something for more picks, which is fine. But I can't wait. I just can't.
Well, the Rodgers thing won't happen. The second round pick is the one that they gave up, but it's all good. It's like, we
always say the draft is our playoffs. The draft is our Super Bowl. This year in 2023, the draft is, hey, what pieces are they adding to possibly help Aaron Rodgers, who is our damn quarterback, man? Hey, it's like, come on.
The draft this year is our preseason. That's the way it is. It's not like it's the beginning of now what could be. Now we get like little girls. We know it's like, oh, it's so exciting. I remember when Brett Favre came, I felt like, oh my God, and they really just played us. This guy isn't going anywhere after the Jets. That's a big difference. Brett Favre didn't want to come here, and Tannenbaum sold him. And he even said, boy, this guy is such a, he didn't want to come here, Tannenbaum. But remember, Aaron Rodgers is from California, Northern California. He's not like where Favre was from, where it's so different than East or West Coast, which is a lot closer in sensibilities. You know what I mean? It's not like Aaron Rodgers is not afraid of the big time a little bit, other than just football. Brett Favre, I love Brett Favre, but and he did okay in New York.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think he was looking for the limelight. I think he was looking for that city, the bright lights. I think that's something he was looking for. And
Aaron Rodgers, because he's not. Look, he played in, and he's from California, and Brett Favre was that guy from the Deep South and all of that. let's go fishing, and that's all he wanted to do, and do his other stuff that we all know about. But he was a hell of a quarterback, you know. But he didn't want to come here. Aaron Rodgers does. That's all I'm tired of guys that don't want to be here. Like that bum, that rough guy on the Mets, right? Oh, I didn't want to play. You know, he goes to back to the Giants and he's playing. What is that about? You know, some guys just can't make it, you know, and I understand that, but that's not professional. You're there, you're between the white lines, whether it's the gridiron, a baseball field, you're on the hard top, you're on the ice. You got to play, man. You're professionals. It's different, you know. So
Listen,
we got a guy who wants to be here and respects the Joe Namath thing, and he had an answer, didn't wait. Right away, I'm going to wear number 8. It's like, he hasn't even come to the podium yet, and we have all our questions answered.
Right, and all you need to know is that look at the people that are coming since Salah came on board and JD. Look at the people who are, obviously it's all about, I get it, money. Look at the people who are coming to the Jets. If it wasn't for Salah and wasn't for JD, and Odell Beckham wouldn't even be thinking about the Jets. And some of the deals, the best deals are the ones that don't get done. And JD was smart. He's not breaking the bank for Odell Beckham. They said he was looking at 12, 14. I don't think the Jets were going to give him maybe 10, maybe not even that.
At 18 million, right? Something crazy.
But, and here's Odell Beckham going to another team, and he's still talking about the Jets. I mean, you don't, not in a stupid way. So you don't see that. You see these players wanting to come here, you know, and wanting to be part of, and people are going to realize, listen, everybody's going to know that they were 7-10, but everybody's going to know, and everybody, you know, all the players know what's going on. They're going to know that was a 7-10 team with horrible, atrocious quarterback play.
And they were 7-4, and their offensive coordinator was really kind of new to the position. Now you got the coaching, you got Hackett, you got the other assistant coach, the lineman. I mean, they've really built it out so that everybody will do your job, that whole deal. Do what you're supposed to do. You're going to be told what you need to do. And now you have Salah, right? You have 2 rookies of the friggin' year next to him, and Aaron Rodgers standing alongside him. Those 4 guys, right? 5 guys, right? 4 guys.
Right.
Okay. They're all a level of excellence that is going to read in that clubhouse. That you got this guy, like you said, Hardman, he's got a couple of rings with the Chiefs, you know. All these guys are going to come in, and the poison factor, anyone in there, like if Mims is still, he'll be gone, you know. Elijah Moore wanted to, but he's gone, you know. So these linemen, if Becton comes back, and you said that, he's a wild card, but if he gives you anything, can you imagine you have him? You know, you get Vera Tucker coming back on the inside. This guy Tomlinson, his job won't be there long if he blows it up. He can't do it because you got all these couple other guys that they signed, right? So there's a lot of guys on the O-line that if you add another monster, you know, this Georgia dude, you know, or one of these other guys, and Becton comes back, all of a sudden, now you have a real strong wall in front of Aaron Rodgers. And you have deep threats, short-term, mid-range threats, and an explosive running game with a great defense. What are you going to do? You're going to be afraid? I'm not afraid to say it. Super Bowl. Hey, oh, you're going to jinx it. Baloney. We're 60. You're not 60. I don't care. Yeah, this is the best chance we're ever going to have for the rest of our lives to win. And that's it.
Yeah, well, it's not. See, the thing is, it's not. Yeah, we made all our folks know from the beginning. Jets 55, been Jets fans for 55 years, both of us, before we knew each other. It's 56, but we're not changing the name every year. But you know, but
it's actually the 57th season, right?
Right. So, but it's silly talk. It's not. It's not us being like, oh, this, that, or oh, we're hoping Super Bowl and everything. You have to put them in the conversation. You have to put them in the conversation of winning the division. You have to put them in the conversation of winning the AFC Championship game. It's a possibility. And the other things people say, listen, I get it. Oh, 1 Super Bowl victory. He went to 1 Super Bowl. But listen, if it wasn't for that guy in the onside kick, messed it up, They didn't get to the Super Bowl. There were a couple of years where the defense really just
Yeah, look who beat him. That was man. That was a good team. It's not like some crap
So
ass team.
there was some situations, not because of anything that he affected, but there was some
I'm sorry,
situations.
that was Drew Brees. That was the Saints. Yeah, yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
there were situations where it could have easily been another 3 or 4. So, but again, yeah, it's a long time to be playing one Super Bowl victory. That's what everybody's blurting out. But the bottom line, it's about now. It's about what you have on the center. It's about who you have around you. And that's what's going on. It's about now. And we got Aaron Rodgers. And what I keep reading about, and I keep loving, because the last 3 weeks, I've been reading every day about what's going on, but I kind of pass over the Aaron Rodgers stuff because it was just getting to be too much. But the thing that got me almost not as excited, but really excited is this thing with Brees Hall, like looking like he's going to come back ready to go. Not, okay, it's going to take a little time. No, looks like the way things went for that kid and handling the injury, whatever he did and what he put into it. I mean, Brees Hall, let me tell you, Brees Hall is dynamic.
And you still have Ty Johnson they brought back and Bam, the Bam guy, Bam Martin. You got guys now that, whether it's special teams or whether that want to contribute now, that they want to be a piece of something that's a win. I think this is going to be so contagious, and I'm just thrilled that now it's over. We don't have to sit there and oh God, enough of it. It's done. It's now. It's here. He hasn't even come up to the podium yet. He's going to go back on this McAfee show wearing a Jets H. None of that's happened yet, and we're still in April. Okay, we got till July before it really matters, right? So we got a couple of months to let this salivate a little. You're going to have some people like I heard Tiki Barber. He's a giant. What do you expect he's going to say? He cares what he says, So.
Are you talking about the guy who his first year being a commentator stabbed in the back every Giants play he played with?
Right.
The guy who was last year of football, every time they got inside the 20, fumbled.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy never won a Super Bowl.
Right. And whose brother's a Hall of Famer, by the way, not him.
Shut up.
Right.
I don't want to hear, like I said, I don't want to hear from a former Giants player. I respect the Giants, great organization, gotten their Super Bowls. I don't.
Real Giant fans don't love Tiki Barber either, because who did he make fun of in the beginning?
Everybody likes Tiki Barber.
Man,
sorry.
Yeah. How many Super Bowls did Manning get them? Right.
Right.
How many did Tiki get?
Right, 0. And once a backstabber, to me, always a backstabber. Like we say about Zach Wilson, looks like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck. He's a duck. He's not getting any. Okay, I'm a little frustrated with that with Salah. Yeah, blah blah, BS. But no, I'm not listening to what Tiki Barber. Don't give a damn.
But way to go, Lloyd. I got to say again, Lloyd, because we were negative because we figured, geez, and I remember reading with you. We just figured what probably was going to happen, and I did not think that they were going to keep Mike White. That was gone because it was either Wilson or White. But I thought they'd sling a deal for maybe a Lamar Jackson deal or maybe Tannehill. But you hung in there and you were right. And this is the guy that they need right now. And you know what? I'm going to say one other thing. I don't care that last year he said 90% he was going to retire. If this rejuvenates this guy and they protect him and his bones stay healthy, you watch what's going to happen. He'll be there. They got him under contract. What is it, for 2 more years? It's 3-year contract, right? That he signed last year, a 4-year contract, something like that. So he has enough time in his contract where it's not, oh my God, like with Favre. But if he wants to retire, we understand that element of got to get it done now. But if he has a blast, he's got a couple of years to do this, to get it done. Win a couple, for God's sake. Let's go, It's got to start with one.
And the thing is, listen, you don't know what's going to happen. We're also, obviously, we have Mets 55. I said this whole season is going to be a grind for them. I don't care how much money that payroll is, that the wall they make. It's going to be a grind. We know it. Injuries, everything else. People are going to be gunning for them. It's going to be a grind. Having a great road trip and against a bad Giants team, and they have 2 stinkers. And
Peterson, he's doing a bad job. And McGill is
I'm a Peterson fan. I don't know what's going on.
So you got Lucchese now.
We have no idea what's going to happen with the Jets. In terms of, but are we better quarterback wise than we were last year? again, you replace a skateboard with the Rolls Royce. Yeah, maybe next year we wind up giving up a Lincoln Continental in the draft. I do not care. And by the way, personally, Woody, go away. To me, everything happened in spite of Woody. And Lloyd V doesn't like when I badmouth Woody. So Lloyd V is gonna be happy that we gave him the kudos, and he's gonna be mad at me again because I just can't. I love Chris. He learned what to do because of Chris Johnson that we have, Salah, we have JD, nothing to do with Woody. So, like we said from the previous past game, Woody go away. I still want him to go away. But back to the positive, we're far better off at quarterback presently than we were last year.
You bring up a great point about Woody. We think we like Chris a little bit, right? We don't know him either, but there's something about him he gives off the right vibe. Aaron Rodgers, we know, doesn't give off the right kind of vibe. He's his own guy. That's his own business. Just don't get up there and preach and tell us your opinions on whether it's politics or your health. I don't care. Go out there and play the game inside the gridiron. That's it. Get out there and play. Period. Same thing with, Woody. Don't want to hear about the UK. Don't want to stay in the side. Let your brother just shut up. The Jet fans deserve to enjoy this moment and to hopefully enjoy this whole year where they go deep, maybe all the way, but are now in a spot where they've taken a guy who has had a Hall of Fame phenomenal career, but has unfinished business. And if there's ever a fan base that has unfinished business, it's us. And there's one fan better than anyone that has unfinished business, and it's the guy over your right shoulder there, number 12, the real 12 for the Jets. And I respect Rodgers for not taking that number, even though, that would be Joe Namath.
That right shoulder. That right shoulder. I was confused which shoulder.
Yeah. That's the right.
We're very good at me.
But honestly, really, that's a good start. And I'll shut up, but I can't wait to hear him talk because he's going to be talking to the fans. But I really think more importantly, he's going to be talking to his teammates because he has to come in there now as the savior. But he's going to say, no, you guys are a good team. He is going to motivate that team to a level that I don't think a coach can, because he's going to go out there with them and, all he knows is Green Bay forever, So now he's the man that's going to come in and take them the baton to the finish line. And these guys are thrilled. And, we don't need to talk. They still need a backup, though. I don't want to say they're going to go with the guy we got. I don't buy it, but they got to get somebody else. I think they will. They'll something.
They got the guy who used to be Rodgers' backup. I'm happy with him.
Yeah, that's right. And they got Shriveler and
listen, is there a chance it might be a quarterback in the draft?
And maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick will come out of retirement. I'm just kidding, Dude, I'm just thrilled. But more importantly for me, I'm just so glad that it's over. There's nothing more to talk about with this, except which few players they're going to add this week.
Well, the draft becomes much more exciting because it's done. And, just lastly for me, like I said, it's done. It's finished. The draft, again, I'm repeating myself, but it's going to be that much more fun. And the quarterback room, and really, to me, the last thing really what I want to say is that I haven't heard one teammate say anything bad about Aaron Rodgers. That might change. Maybe now that he's gone. Well, I just wanted to this, that.
Selfish guy.
Yeah, really all about him. But every time I hear teammates talking about him, it's always mentor, confidant, believed in me, trusted me, nurtured me, helped me. So, everybody can write what they write. Everybody can assume what they want to assume. And what happens when you assume? You can all do these things. The bottom line is, what are they writing? What is Aaron Rodgers saying? And what is the truth? And you hear from other teammates that he's a great, for the most part, he was a very good teammate. So that's the last thing I want to say. He's here.
And the guy's a hired gun. He's a hired gun. Go sling it. Let's go. Period. And it's fine, baby. No problem. And if he comes out of this with a ring or two, that's amazing. Because it's like what Theo did with the Cubs, what he did with the Red Sox without ever stepping on the field. But I mean, if you get this organization a victory with Joe Namath still alive, and we talked about the whole Klecko thing and Darrell Revis, and you still have Joe around, and I mean, this is, and then Kurt, it's like you got all this good stuff happening. And with Aaron Rodgers, there's a star power that comes with it. There's a story. He'll be on Pat McAfee every week. He'll be talking about the Jets. And I think their stock is going to go up, literally and figuratively,
Man,
and it's going to be fun. So
ready to go, baby. Ready
get
to
your
go.
license plate holders back out, dust them off, put them on your car again. I don't ever care. I don't care. I'm never afraid. I love the Jets. I don't care. So what? Surprise. But it's great. And
I'm gonna wear it until they win the Super Bowl.
that's right. I'm gonna wear my Jets underwear until they win.
Just stay on me the whole time.
No, but I couldn't be happier. It's the right move. You've been saying when Brady first came in, I used to think in the early days, oh, it's a system. And you and I were like, we get along forever. We know each other, 40 years, right? 42 years. But I remember like saying, what are you talking about? That's a sin. And he's like, no, it's Brady. It's Brady. No, it was Brady. And you know what? Aaron Rodgers is a guy like that too. It's the guy. It's the system, but it's the guy too,
Listen,
So
he goes to Tampa Bay and wins the Super Bowl. Listen, I said my last statement was about before and about his teammates. Now my last statement will be how I began. Okay, and this is the last thing I'm saying. It's a quarterback-driven league.
yeah,
End of story.
period.
End of story.
And that's when it started. Because in the old days when Dan Marino was making us, bleed and pay, that guy today we know what he would do. Well, now you got a guy, Aaron Rodgers, who, as long as he stays upright and he's good to go, I mean, I can't. I just am very excited. So all I could say one more time is they got it done. Way to go. Let's enjoy the draft this week and hoist with one or two back for number 8. Here we go. Now we got somebody. So way to go. So
all right.
Good. We good?
All good.
All good, buddy. So all right. Welcome to we're gonna have Aaron Rodgers on every week, just so you know that. No, but welcome. And you're gonna see crazy fans, believe me, Aaron. So but anyway, I'm just thrilled. So all good.
All right. Well, hope you keep watching. Hope you enjoy these the Jets 55 podcast. JETS, baby. Let's do it. All right, bud.
All right.
Have a good night.
Cool. All right.